Okay, so today you'll notice I have the screen blanked out, and the reason for that is I want you to be able to see the words written up on the screen without the distractions of the background. So today we are discussing the accusative case, but before we do so, let's go ahead and review what we learned last time, which is the nominative case. And we said that the nominative case occurs 3 times in German. 1, when a noun is standing by itself, like in a dictionary. 2, when the noun is the subject of a sentence. And 3, when the noun is the direct object of one of 3 different verbs, sein, werden, or bleiben. This is also called predicate nominative. For the definite articles, for masculine articles, it's der. For feminine articles, it's die. And for neuter articles, it's das. And for plural articles, it is die. For the indefinite articles, the masculine indefinite article is ein. For the feminine, it's eine. For the neuter, it's ein. And then for the plural, we can't use the indefinite article ein, but we can use kein if we want to. So it would be keine. Okay, it gets an E ending. You'll also remember that these endings also apply to the possessive adjectives, as in my, like mein, meine, mein, and then for plural, meine. And all of the possessive adjectives follow this construction. So today we are going to look at the accusative case, and first we have to know what the accusative case is. An accusative case occurs 2 times in the German language. The first time is when the noun is the direct object of a verb, and the second time is when the noun follows a accusative preposition. So let's go ahead and look at the first instance. Okay, look at this English sentence. The man has the apple. And this is an English sentence. And of course, again, the definite articles don't change in English, but just to give you an idea of how to look for the accusative case. So what we do when we want to find the accusative case or the direct object is we look at the verb, and the verb in this sentence is has. Okay, so we have to ask ourselves, what is being had? Remember, for the nominative case, we wanted to ask what is doing the action. So in the nominative case, what is doing the action of has? It would be the man. So man is a nominative case. But next we have to ask ourselves, what is being had? What is receiving the action of the verb? What is the verb being done to? And it's being done to the apple. So the apple, it would be in the accusative case. Let's look at another sentence. The girl baked a cake. In this sentence, we look at our verb. The verb is baked. And we have to ask ourselves first, what is doing the baking? And the answer is girl. So girl is in the nominative case. Then we have to ask ourselves, what is the baking being done to? Which word is receiving the action of the verb bake? What is being baked? And the answer to that is cake. So cake would be in the accusative case. Let's look at another one. The dog caught the ball. The verb is caught. So to find the accusative case, again, we are asking what is the action of the verb being done to? And the action of the verb, what is being caught, is the ball. So the ball is in the accusative case. Dog is in the nominative case because the dog is what's doing the catching. Okay? So it's doing the action of the verb. It's the subject of the sentence. So it would be in the nominative case. Let's look at how this happens in German. Accusative case is very easy. It's very similar to the nominative case. In the nominative case, the masculine is der for definite articles. In accusative, it's den. Okay? For the accusative feminine definite article, it's die. And for neuter, it is das. And then for the plural, it is die. So you will notice that the difference between nominative and accusative case for the definite articles, the only article that changes is the masculine definite article. Let's go ahead and look at the indefinite articles. Same thing, only the masculine indefinite article changes. So for masculine words, in the accusative case, it's einen. And for feminine words in the accusative case, eine. And for neuter words, ein. And then for plural, keine. Okay, because remember, we can't really use ein. We have to use keine or meine or something like that. So again, you can see that the only one that changes is the masculine indefinite article. So let's look at some German examples. Let me find them here. I have some down. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is the man has an apple. Der Mann hat einen Apfel. Okay, so we ask ourselves, what is the verb? The verb is hat, okay, which means have, and we have to ask ourselves, what is the action being done to? What is being had in this example? And the word is Apfel. The apple is being had. So apple is in the accusative case, and since apple is a masculine word in German, der Apfel, the indefinite article is einen. So der Mann hat einen Apfel. Let's look. Ich lese ein Buch. Okay, the verb here is lese, from lesen, and we have to ask ourselves, what is being read? What is receiving the action of lesen? And the answer is Buch. Buch is neuter in German, so it will not change. Okay, ich lese ein Buch. Ich bekomme eine Postkarte. Okay, the verb is bekommen, and it means to receive. And we have to ask, what is being received? What's getting the action of the verb? And the answer is Postkarte. Since Postkarte is feminine, it's eine Postkarte. Remember, it doesn't change. It only changes in the masculine. Ich bekomme eine Postkarte. The next time when verbs, or when the accusative case is used is after accusative prepositions. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prepositions which always use the accusative case. And these accusative case prepositions are durch, which means through, für means for, gegen, meaning against, ohne, meaning without, meaning around or about, and then finally entlang, which means along. And along, you'll have to be careful because sometimes the object of this preposition will come before. It's before the preposition. So we'll look at that later. I'll explain it later. There's finally another one. It's bis, which means until, which is technically a accusative preposition. However, most often in the German language, bis is used in combination with another preposition like bis zu or bis auf. And of course, the object will take the case of the last preposition. Or sometimes it will not have any definite article in front of it. Bis Montag, bis Dienstag, until Monday or until Tuesday. So you don't have to worry about that one too much. But the other ones, durch, für, gegen, ohne, entlang, and then bis. So let's look at how this works. The first sentence we're going to look at. Geht durch den Tunnel. Okay? He goes through the tunnel. So we don't have to look at the verb this time because the preposition durch is always accusative. So since Tunnel is masculine, it's den Tunnel. Geht durch den Tunnel. Das Geschenk ist für meine Mutter. Again, the preposition is für, and für is always an accusative preposition, so it's für meine Mutter. Mutter is masculine, or I'm sorry, feminine. Yeah, Mutter is feminine. And so Mutter, it's meine Mutter because it's feminine and it's following an accusative preposition. Sie geht den Strand entlang. She goes along the beach. Now in this one, the preposition is entlang, okay, which means along, and it's an accusative preposition. But remember that I told you that sometimes entlang, the object of the preposition is going to come before the preposition, and this occurs with entlang. So the actual, you could say Sie geht entlang den Strand, but more often in German you're going to hear Sie geht den Strand entlang. So here, Strand is the object of entlang. So it is accusative, and since Strand is masculine, it is going to be den Strand. Also, we want to look at accusative pronouns. Now, these are pronouns for objects, and what they do is they sort of function as a noun. So these are the accusative pronouns. Mich means me. Dich means you for the informal. Ihn means him. Sie means she or for her. Es is for it, so it. Uns, us. Euch, you all, plural. Sie, for them. And Sie with a capital S for you. This is the polite form. So let's look at some examples. Ich lese es. Okay, we don't want to say ich lese das Buch anymore. We don't want to say I read the book. We want to say I read it. Okay, since Buch is neuter, okay, its pronoun is going to be es. So ich lese es. What is the verb? The verb is lesen. Okay, so its accusative pronoun will be es because es is what the verb is being done to. It's what is receiving the action of the verb. Let's look at another one. Ich bekomme die Postkarte. I receive the postcard, but instead of saying I receive the postcard, we want to say I receive it. Okay? So the verb is bekomme. Okay? And so for it, since Postkarte is feminine, we're going to use sie. Okay? Ich bekomme sie. Der Kuchen ist für mich. Okay, so here the preposition is für, which is always accusative. So me, we're going to write mich. Okay. Der Kuchen ist für uns. Okay. Since für again is an accusative pronoun or an accusative preposition. I'm sorry. We are going to use uns. So remember that there are two cases when the accusative pronoun, or when the accusative case happens in German. The first one is when nouns are the direct object of a verb, and also when they follow an accusative preposition. Remember that the definite articles for masculine are den, for feminine, die, for neuter, das, and for plurals, die. The indefinite articles for masculine in the accusative case are einen for masculine, eine for feminine, ein for neuter, and keine for plurals. And your accusative pronouns are mich, dich, ihn, sie, es, uns, euch, sie, and sie. So thank you for listening. Next time we are going to discuss subject-verb agreement in German, because it's time to start working with verbs. and also the present tense in German. So, schönen Tag noch, bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen.